Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We are in part 3 of our how to plan an off season. And I wanted to extend this one extra episode, Adam, because I want to talk about when you get into that deep off season, you're 2, 3, 4 years in. I mentioned that I think there is a time and place to really get big so you can force those extra pounds up. I mean, I've been as high as 50 pounds above my contest weight once or twice. Most of the time I would get about 25 to 30 pounds up, sometimes only 10 to 15 if I had a short off season. And I found in those big ranges that there are definitely different reactions. And the longer I could stay at a heavier body weight, I really did create more strength and lean body mass, but there's a cost because now you have to diet longer to get that off. And so I have taken some, just like a long extended off season, a long extended pre-contest where I would do that in phases. I remember, for example, when I won my pro card, it was an 11-month diet, but I would diet for a couple months, take a little break, diet for a couple months, take a little break. And I never liked the idea of a mini cut, as people call them, like to say, well, I'm 40 pounds up, let's lose 10 pounds and then start again, because I think that's just wasted anabolic potential. So I don't know what your approach is, but if you've got somebody in those long off seasons, do you diet and go through different cycles, or how do you manage that?
Only if I feel like they're getting too far from their stage weight, I might do that. I might lower calories, just increase insulin sensitivity for a bit, and then bring things back up. But for the most part, once somebody's pretty set on where they're at, I'll leave them there as long as they're, I'll check their blood glucose and kind of see how that's doing. So many people are so set on going keto right away with that, and sometimes it's just about lowering calories for a little bit to reset that sensitivity and then go back up. But I don't necessarily do it for the purpose of losing weight. More so just maybe we don't need to be this high right now. So
yeah, the only studies I've seen on kind of yo-yo dieting in that fashion are that it can really cripple your metabolism. And so, you know, every time you do that, then you start eating more, then you can gain body fat even faster. So I like a more subtle approach as you described. I have a client right now, had a really successful pre-contest season. He won a pro card, competed as a pro. Now we're in an extended off season. We simply took his weight up to the point where we thought, okay, we're hitting a law of diminishing returns issue where more weight isn't really helping him get stronger or bigger. It's just going to be extra body fat. So he simply leveled off calories, and now he's just stable right there. And any amount of body fat reduction that we might do would be so subtle and so slow that it's really not a dieting environment. And that's really what I would recommend for these long off seasons is don't take the time to invest in a long off season and then cycle in dieting in the middle of it, because I don't see any research that makes that of value. And I actually see research that indicates it might be a disservice to your goals.
Mm-hmm. I think too, people are, you just have to allow people to be uncomfortable. And sometimes that's not the funnest thing to be. But I think a lot of people in this industry struggle to like go to a beach or go to a pool if they're not in contest shape. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if they think, you know, the judges are going to be there watching them. But, you know, it's chances are if you're in the sport, you're going to, you know, be admired just by the general public anyhow, you know. So I tell people, you know, learn to love yourself and, you know, have some body fat on for a long period of time. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't really define who you are.
You're making me feel better about myself because I'm in a long gaining cycle here. I'm starting to come down a little bit, but you're very right. It's you have to look at this in terms of your overall goal. And not that I'm an advocate of just being unhealthily, you know, overweight or totally uncomfortable, but you have to say, you know, this is part of the growth process, especially, as I said, as a young bodybuilder, powerlifter, kind of maturing. It does take those times of long spans of anabolism where you're really putting your body through growth. And that takes some work. That takes a lot of eating and a lot of training and recovery, and that means you're not just dieting every 6 months or so. So hope that helps, guys. We spent 3 episodes just talking about planning the off season, and we will be back next time with more in Contest Prep University. Thanks for watching and listening.